You guys have all heard Winky.
No.
You've never heard Winky?
No.
If I said I got my Winky stuck in the drawer, you would not understand.
Only
what I meant.
because of context.
I got my Winky stuck in a car door last night. Sorry, I'm late.
I'd be like, where did you find that on Amazon? Why? What's that on Instagram?
You know what a Winky is, Darce.
Only because I live with you.
You never. None of you have ever heard this.
Is it because it just has one opening? It's just like a one eye open, and it opens and closes?
Ooh.
That-
Maybe. You've never heard? Have you heard Dinky?
Dinky,
I've heard
very
Dinky.
popular.
My dad uses Dinky.
Dinks, very
Still?
popular.
Still, yeah.
He's like, Scott, let me measure your Dinky. You're 40 years old now.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do
Dinky,
that so
yeah.
much.
So Dinky, you guys have all heard of Dinky,
Yeah.
but no one had heard Winky.
Never in my life.
Why? But I said, all right, suck my dink. You understand what I meant?
But if you said "suck my wing,"
You would know.
that's a new Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
Suck my wing in California.
Why you wanna fight about nothing? Why you wanna see me so low? Why
What's
you
the
gotta step on
worst
my
Instagram
vibe?
purchase you've made recently?
Like something you bought on a whim?
Yeah, on a whim.
And I know you'll like this because
Yeah.
you're an OG of this. I bought a Tushy the other day, which is a.
Oh.
You guys know?
Awesome.
I did. I have one, but mine broke.
You have it. You went full blast.
Oh, yeah,
It's a bidet.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of bidets, but
Yeah.
my condo will not let me put a bidet in.
You got to break the rules.
Well, no, because if it floods, then I got to pay for everything. But the bidet, I've been arguing this for years. I went to, like, when I was 18, went to Thailand, and they have the little hose. And the first time I didn't, I'm like, I don't get this. This is wild. This is crazy. And then I'm like, this is way better. Everyone's weird about it, but you're not touching your butthole.
Yeah.
It gets it way cleaner. And it's like, isn't it weirder to actually touch your butthole and wipe something across from it multiple times? It's smearing around.
Smear factor.
Rather than having, like, not touching it.
Smear factor Joe Rogan's
Using
canceled
the thing.
show.
Yeah.
He's just
Smear
looking at
factor.
toilet paper like, oh, it's scary.
And it's way cleaner, easier. You're not wasting a ton of toilet paper. Better for the environment.
Right.
All around, just a better thing.
But you're a germaphobe, so how do you feel about that?
About the bidet.
The bidet, but like the thing would be like because everyone uses that same handle, right? So that's I think maybe the gross factor for people.
But you're not touching anything.
Well, you have to touch it to take.
It's
to
just a
take
dial on the one I have.
Oh, the one, yeah, for the tushy. But
Yeah.
when you're in Thailand, you probably have to take.
You have
it's like
to
a shower
spray.
hose.
It's like a vegetable washer type
yeah,
thing.
you vegetable wash your butthole.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I call my butt. The old vegetable. Yeah.
Well, that's because so many people's mouths have been on it.
Yeah.
Like an orange situation. Are you a bidet guy?
I would be.
If an opportunity ever came
I
up?
would be if I shit ever. Yeah, I would love. That's so funny you got one. It just attaches to the water line.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the point where you don't shit.
I hate saying us.
I haven't for years. Yeah, I gotta get one.
I have a theory that there's when you go on vacation, there's two type of people. There's people that bind up, and there's people that get strong
100%.
diarrhea.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
I'm probably on the strong diarrhea side.
yeah,
Oh, yeah?
me too. I don't bind up. I go no problem.
I feel like I'm relaxed at other vacations, but I've been around people. There's always some bathroom issues.
Always bathroom issues.
Yeah,
when you're
I love
traveling.
this take. I think this is true. Like, yes.
But you're bound up continuously and constantly forever.
Yeah, it's just, and I'm like a serial dater too. I'm like in and out of relationships, and I don't shit for like the first year ever around anyone. So it's like I've been constipated.
You're doing the Starbucks move. You're like, I'll go pick up
I'm
coffee.
gonna go check the mail real quick. You just stay
Check
here
the
and
mail,
plug
it's
your
4
ears
a.m.
and don't fucking. I'm.
Don't you have pain? Is that strong
across the
pain? in
street.
the gut?
Yeah, but it's like you learn to fight it.
You okay?
And when you go on a trip, you're just like, it's the same thing.
I'm not shitting ever.
You've never used your hotel bathroom.
Never shitting.
3 weeks in Cabo.
Oh, you want to stay in separate hotel rooms? It'll be really romantic. I'll stay across the hall. You stay over here. Just fucking.
That's why intermittent fasting works so well for you.
Don't eat.
Because you just
shit.
don't eat. You don't eat. You don't. Okay.
Yeah.
But do you wipe?
No.
No.
I don't shit.
Refuses to win.
On principle. If you don't check, you don't know what it looks like down there.
Yeah.
Is this why you didn't want to have a 4-guy podcast?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like, can we get some female guests today?
Not just about
4
shit.
seconds in, it's like, your outfit sucks, and what are you guys doing in your poop?
Yeah. Instantly to poop. 2 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, we haven't talked about penises yet, so that's a nice stretch. You're a vacation guy, though. You go in a lot of places.
This year I tried to make up for COVID where I didn't go anywhere. So.
What happened during COVID?
Oh, so people were supposed to stay in their house. Some people listened, some people didn't.
Yeah, great tea times during COVID.
Yeah. But this year I went to Rio de Janeiro. I went to Paris. I went to Ireland. I went to Denver just recently. Edmonton, but there's nothing going on in Edmonton.
Right.
Crazy.
Which one was your favorite of them all?
Edmonton.
Hands down. Yeah. Probably Rio de Janeiro. I don't. They were all great. They, like,
For different reasons.
Not Edmonton. But
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit us quickly with the highlights of all of them.
Paris?
Like one highlight for the each.
Yeah. Rio de Janeiro.
Jesus.
Great people. Incredible people.
The Irish, awful.
Yeah.
Awful individual.
Worst.
Ireland. Outside of the cities, beautiful villages,
Yeah.
beautiful scenery.
Right.
Like awe-inspiring views. Paris, good times. Well, if I can only get one thing, I'm trying to be as succinct
times.
as possible.
Not much to say about Paris.
That means
yeah.
brothels.
No, I did a lot of events, hung out with friends. So I went to Paris Fashion Week. I saw Mia Khalifa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And hung out with some old friends from Toronto that live there now. And then in Edmonton, I went bankrupt because I made some bad investments, and yeah. So that was
You're like, I'll buy the entire
That was the best part
mall.
of Edmonton.
yeah. And in Denver, I met Gary V. Hung out saw the Broncos.
What's
game.
that like?
Cool.
He's exactly like he is on his videos and Instagram and everything.
He told you to go garage sale.
Garage.
Yeah, he's like, you got a garage sale.
Wait, was that the
Be
bad
kind."
investments you made?
Yeah, it was through him. Gary V's like, trust me, bro. You listen to your heart. No, but he's actually just exactly like he seems, and which was surprising because so he looks everyone directly in the eyes when he's talking to them.
Like a sociopath.
Seems sincere. No, kind, cool.
He doesn't live in Denver.
No.
Do you think
he
so?
literally flew out just to meet up with us?
So he was on a trip. Do you think he was diarrhea or do you think he was blinded?
This guy
Yeah.
seems easygoing.
Easygoing.
That I don't think he has to wipe, not because he doesn't poop, but just because it's
clean.
a perfect. Yeah.
He eats the exact amount of food he needs to sustain
There's no
himself,
waste.
and then there's no waste.
Yeah.
That's where you want to be, the equilibrium, that balance there.
Yeah.
So wait, he flew out to meet you?
Yeah.
Specifically you.
Well, the group of us.
You and your friend.
Wait, what?
I'm in this.
Did you- but- did you-
I'm in this NFT thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But it's
the NFT fan.
Vayner Sports. No, he does Friends. So I was there with his brother, and then
Larry V.
Larry V. Yeah,
And Harry.
AJ, and he came out. They were supposed to be at the game, but so his brother is a sports agent, so they were trying to pick up a guy. So they were wooing somebody, and then they had to fly out for the commitment of meeting us and hanging out with us. And then they flew immediately out, and they're both super family oriented people. So it was they're not staying. They're not staying for a wild night.
Must be nice.
Yeah. And they hung out for a couple hours, chatted with everybody, blah blah blah, and then flew immediately out. They flew in, flew out.
He wants to buy the Jets. Is he buying the
Which
Jets?
is
Did you
amazing
talk about
for
that?
if he,
I know he wants to, and I know that's his intention.
his brother's a sports agent. That would work out perfectly for his family
Sad.
business.
Yeah.
I want to buy the Jets. Who doesn't want to buy the team?
Yeah, but he's got a better story about the Jets than
Yeah.
you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Why do you want to buy the Jets?
No, not specifically the Jets, but who doesn't want to buy? It's oh, that guy wants to buy. It's but that guy, he wants to live in a mansion. He wants.
Probably lives in a mansion.
Well,
already.
Gary for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
what's
you're
his-
saying that everybody just wants to buy a sports team. It sounds like a pretty big
think
hassle.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't? You had a couple extra billion laying around?
A couple extra billion?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, hey, let me pick up a sports team?
Yeah.
I mean, probably pretty cool.
Not
Probably
in the-
pretty cool.
Not
But
in the billions. What was in the BlackBerry? What did he wanted to buy the Penguins for?
Oh, but hockey teams are worth way less.
Oh,
yeah, so you could probably buy a sports team right now if you want
Off this
to.
podcast revenue. I mean, there's a good investment.
Yeah, the sports team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you gotta
Ryan
start
Reynolds.
small.
Ryan Reynolds made a great investment.
That's awesome.
Soccer
Him,
show.
him and Rob, yeah.
Wrexham. Yeah.
Is it a good investment? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
they're-
for sure.
they're-
For them.
They've grown the team.
They've grown the team. I mean, that's the best part when
Yeah.
you start small. We should buy
buy the Argos.
like a soccer league. Here.
Soccer's the best because they go up through leagues, so you
Right.
can have a team and it can work its way up. Whereas like if you buy in the minor leagues, it's always going to be a minor league
Yeah.
team, NHL or whatever. But for soccer, you can move up.
Did
Depending
Gary
on how
Vee's
well you.
brother teach you this stuff?
Yeah, man. He was like, buy my NFT and I'll teach you.
Well, we gotta start even lower. Buy like a T-ball team or like a little like 6-year-old.
Yeah.
You buy them.
Groom them
Yeah.
into professional athletes.
Like I'm not for grooming them to fuck them.
No. You want to make money up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buying 6-year-olds.
Yeah. No, buying 6-year-old athletes, very different.
Yeah, because you went to Thailand recently,
Yeah.
and you went as a kid.
Yeah, well, essentially. I've been a few times. When I was 18, I think when I was 21, and then when I was 24, and they were completely different each time. When I was 18, it was all jungle, and it was the coolest experience. Then, unfortunately, the tsunami happened, and then
Allegedly.
it did. It absolutely did.
Is that a conspiracy?
I don't know. I'm starting it right now.
Not a conspiracy. Lots of people died, and
Name me one.
You can't. You can't.
okay.
Something's fishy.
Then the next time I came back, because there was, which is good, there was such an influx of money, and the Hangover movies happened, which made it so like, because before there was not an American to be seen there. It was Canadians and Europeans. And then next time I came back, it was so built up, like so touristy. And then the third time, it was basically the Cancun of Asia. So, but yeah.
The Cancun of Asia, right?
yeah.
And then why'd you go?
Because it's the Cancun of Asia.
Which part of Thailand was the Cancun of Asia? The
You're like,
So especially if you go,
Bangkok,
they got
or-
flights
to the
today?
southern part, like
southern part. Okay.
yeah. So it's, Bangkok's like an amazing city.
Why'd you look at me when he said Bangkok?
Because you love the Bangkok.
Have you been there as well? I didn't know. No.
Best mall, one of my favorite malls in the world is MBK Mall. Very good. Did you go there?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What's at that mall?
I got fake Yeezys there. I mean, real Yeezys. Government listening?
Did you go to the movie theater, the nice one?
No, I didn't know about that.
It's good. It was like, now we have VIP movie theaters, but the first time I went there, it was like vibrating chairs, slippers, waiters, like the whole 9
Treat you
yards.
right.
And I had never ever seen that before, because that was before they had VIP stuff here.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like everything. Clothes. They'd like give you comfortable clothes.
Like a onesie?
Pardon?
Like give you a onesie?
No. Like a blanket, slippers, and a hat.
It's like an
No,
airline.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, did you notice that in Thailand, obviously, there is a lot of sex work. Did you notice at night? Did you ever go to the red light districts?
I actually have never been to the. My group that I was hanging out with all went to Pat Pong, I think it's called.
Is it ping pong balls?
Yeah, and they have that.
Oh,
and they have
that's
all
really
that
blowing
stuff.
up too.
Yeah. But no, I never went. And my friend came back and he's like, he's because I was like, oh, I want to go. I feel like I missed out on this thing. And he's like, trust me, you don't need to go. I feel bad about going. So,
Do you guys know what it is?
Yeah.
I've
imagine.
heard about it. Yeah.
You guys as dense as you two can figure out what's happening with these ping pong balls?
I think
We have heard that the internet does exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen movies.
But it's crazy.
But
'cause,
it's
like,
what it says.
it's what it says. It's like every side says ping pong show, and there's like barkers, like people
Right.
out front being like, come in, ping pong.
And you went to one of those
No, I didn't. But I was like,
because your girlfriend.
well, I like to see basketball. I'm like, a ping pong ball, anyone can fit that up. Like the
Right.
baseball, something, No, I didn't. But my girlfriend was sleeping at the hotel. Like she.
That's when you
I
stuck
was
out to the
there
red
when
red light district.
I gotta see. No, but the weirdest thing is, it's like Price is Right. There's women lined up holding numbers, like holding little signs like Deal or No Deal or Price is Right that have like 15, 17, and like hundreds of them. And like you would walk down there and just be like, I'll take 13. Like it's so weird.
that's
There's
not
not
great.
It's not sexy at all. It's like you're like, oh my god, this is like an auction. And then you see a ping pong ball fall out of a window next door. You're like, you hear it.
So you went to this.
The ping pong show?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go in. I saw a million signs for them.
Yeah.
But I didn't go in.
Gotcha.
So and between the four of us, we've not seen this. We just talked.
But you know
about
what we
it.
do? The four of us have enough money that we could buy a ping pong league. We may not have NHL money. I don't know what I'm saying.
But we can certainly do things with ping pong balls.
yeah.
We invest in the ping pong youth.
Yeah. No, I'm 18 over for ping pong.
Oh yeah, I don't know the league structure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's well regulated.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was talking about actual players.
Oh,
I was talking
yeah,
about-
no, me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Good. we can steer away from the,
You ever-
the sex industry in Thailand.
Some of us have careers.
Not
Well,
anymore.
it's just not like it's a pretty terrible thing that happens, and it's forced.
That's
upon
what the
us.
internet wants to see. You ever been on the internet? Let me tell you, they care about one thing, and it's exactly ping pong balls coming out of pussies. Hey, Yemi, you ever go on any trips? Did you see something a little bit that memorable, so to speak?
Yeah.
What's the last trip you were on?
Last trip I was on.
like
I mean, I went to Asia. I went to my sister got married in Malaysia, so we flew into Kuala Lumpur and went around there, and then went over to like Borneo.
Oh, yeah, the islands, right?
Yeah, the islands there, and like so they had the shrunken.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. We got to see how they lived, some longboats, lived in there. It was wonderful. And then went over to Bali, which was great because you got to ride scooters, and that place was
Because you can ride scooters.
so
You
great.
can do that in LA.
Yeah, you can, but on the other side of the road, they drive
Yeah.
on the other side of the road, and there's no line, so you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're
you're
like,
risking your health at all times.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got scammed there, which was very.
Oh, I
infuriating.
love scams. You got to tell me what you got scammed on.
Well,
And there's currency exchange, right?
This currency exchange, they got me good with that one. So you're looking for the best deal, right, in town. You try because you have all this money, American money or Canadian money or whatever it is, and you're trying to exchange it. So you see the signs, and you're like, okay, that's a good exchange, right? You go to them, and they give you the money, but they count it in front of them, and then they give you the money. Everything's supposed to be fine, but then you count the money, and then you realize, oh wait, this is less than what I gave you. What it's supposed to be. So they say, "Oh no, don't worry about it." So they count it again and do it in front of you, and then you give it to them, and then you're just like, "All right, fine, no problem. This is it." You go home and then you count the money again. And you realize they scammed you twice. They stole from the first time, and they stole more from you the second time.
Did you go back?
In my mind, I was going to blow this place up.
You were like wearing like a tank top. You got like a 2x4. You're the Rock.
Yeah, 100%. I was on a John Wick vendetta here for the $20 you stole from me. But I got over it really quickly. I forgot about it and like you just moved on with your life. Because you start scrolling on the internet and try and figure out what's going on here, and they're like, listen, it's just a rite of passage. If you're traveling, you're gonna get scammed.
Yeah.
And so all of my vengeful ideas just washed away because I'm like,
I
got
thought you
scammed.
got distracted, like you Googled it, and then you're like suddenly like 7
yeah,
hours.
my
later.
ADHD really kicked
Yeah.
in. I was like, well, what are you gonna
Oh,
do?
shit.
Who am I gonna drive back there? And,
Yeah,
and
money
take
is-
that-
scoot back
the number
there.
one. They do it in the airport. The airport. Every airport has that. Like I don't know if you've seen it. That blue, white, and dark blue foreign exchange stall, and that will rip you off. And then from there, if you exchange anything from other than like your own bank's ATM,
Right.
you're gonna get ripped off. Hot tip to anybody where you're in a foreign country and it says, "Do you accept the exchange rate?" Say no. Always
right.
say no.
That's right.
You will still get your money out, but you're just not accepting a secondary.
Because then your
exchange
credit card's
fee.
going to charge you, and they're going to charge.
Exactly. It's going to do it twice. So you
interesting.
don't have to accept that extra bank exchange.
Sounds like you've been scammed once before.
That's what happened in Edmonton, right?
Yeah.
It's a bank fee.
Well, yeah, and I lost $180. No. But like, because one time I did it, and I'm like, this is way too much, and I said no, and then it gave me out my money anyway. I was like, what? So don't. And then I found out that's a thing. Always say no. You don't accept the exchange rate.
Yeah, I don't want to paint those people as scammers because like everybody scams. Everything's scams.
Oh yeah. North American vetted scamming.
Oh,
Speaking of, because Darcy, you got to tell a projector story.
You got a good scam?
It's not a good scam. Just like,
You got scammed.
oh, I get scammed. I was recently scammed.
And
at
easily
something.
tricked is what you're saying.
Easily, very gullible. I was working outside, and it was in the wintertime, and I'm just mad because they took advantage. They must have seen me and gone, this guy will do it. I was scraping a window in the dead of winter, and it took me like a whole week to scrape this window because it was so cold. And I happened to break a couple windows. And these guys came by in like this really nice truck. I'm like, hey man,
You want to buy some stuff off a fallen
yeah. It was like they were like
truck.
they looked like decent enough. They were like in like nice shirt. They look like Radio Shack employees, and they're like, hey man, we just went.
They're wearing Radio Shack outfits.
and we did this
bankrupt company.
We did this
Yeah, not a red
install.
flag.
Yeah, it was. And they're like, hey man, we just did this install. and then they said like this stuff didn't fit or like this was extra or we bought this and I should have been like, no, shut up. But they're like, I looked in the van, they had the boxes, they had the stickers on them that they fake some MSRP, like $2,000 for this, $1,500 for this. They're like, yeah, man, and like we don't like our boss. And at the time, I was like, I didn't really like my boss.
You're like,
I don't like my boss.
And that was it. That was like the thread. And I was like, oh yeah, you guys seem like, and I was just like, I want to support these people who are like, yeah, you guys, they're like, you know, this is extra and we want to make some cash. And I'm like, I would do the same thing.
Right.
And I was
You
like,
got your
all
own
right,
scams
you
going
guys are on it. Exactly. I was like, I wish that was you guys.
Sweet.
And
So you bought this projector off of them?
So how much weight? But they came up to you and they
yeah,
did this
they
whole
were like,
backstory.
they let me look at the boxes with the prices, and it was like crazy. I was like, oh, this is good quality, but and they're like, we'll give it to you for this, and I was like, and I haggled a little bit.
Didn't
I
they
was
say
like,
how much would you pay for this?
I think they probably said that.
So that you set your own price.
Yeah, and I was like, and they were like, how much would you? But I think
But
that
you gotta say so. It
that
said
was
$3,000,
exactly
right.
Yeah,
and
it
then
was
they were like,
exactly that.
"What would you
Ian's
give us
done
for
this
it?"
job.
They're like, this is my old.
These were Ian's guys.
Yeah.
And then I probably said something. I was like, oh yeah, it's probably worth this. And they're like, yeah, okay, we could do that. And I was like, and I even haggled.
But you gotta say how much you spent.
I was like, well, of course I will. I was like, yeah, it was crazy. And then I bargained with them and I got it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting such a good deal on this. He's like,
You convinced yourself it was a good deal. You're like, hey, I'm getting a steal. I'm scamming them.
I hate my boss.
You guys don't know how much I'm scamming you right now. off of this.
exactly. And in hindsight, I was like, this is such a good deal. Let me text a couple of my friends because
But
they'll,
wait, you didn't say how much you paid for it yet.
not yet. And I was like, they'll want in on this.
Oh yeah, you were
And
doing
they
work
were
for
like-
them. You started marketing the sales.
And
for
they were
them.
Pyramid
like,
scheme
and they were
already.
like, yeah, or somehow I was like, and I should have known at this point. And I was like, let me text some friends. They're like, no, you just like, we're gonna go and sell more of this stuff. Like, we don't have time for it, whatever. And I was like, and then this guy followed me to the bank, and I was like, hey, do you guys? I was probably like, hey, do you guys take credit or whatever? He's like, no, cash only. I was like, it was really dumb. So then I was like, I went to the bank.
You followed
and
the bank with these guys.
got this out, and I was like, I remember sitting with the girl at the teller, and I was like, yeah, I just want this, and this guy's standing behind me. I was like, and then in hindsight, I was like, oh, that's fucking crazy.
I did
Yeah,
that exact
what
same thing with a stereo system, and it sounds like it's the same
It's
fucking
the
guy.
same
But you gave him
guy.
like $1,000.
White
I
van.
gave him 800 white van, 850 bucks.
Did he take a picture of
It's
you?
actually called the white van scam. If you Google it,
Yes,
it's called the white
it was
van
the
scam.
same guy.
gotta-
It was the same fucking exact guy. Did he take a picture of you?
No.
Wait,
You didn't
Wait,
take a
why
picture of
did
me
he-
because
Why
I was
did he
such
take a
an
picture of you?
eager fool that he's like,
take off your shirt.
this
for
guy's
a
wild. Or he thought like, I think they do it so it's like if
We
this
got
guy,
blackmail.
if they see you ever again,
Don't
that
tell
they
this
know that like
You're a
this
sucker.
guy's going to get revenge. Or
Oh, if
something.
I
I
ever
thought it was
see
like
that
you're a
guy.
sucker.
Yeah, no. I think it's that. I think it's also a sucker, but it's like to keep this in your database of like if people try to get you back.
The scammer
whatever.
database.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why,
but-
okay, so
no,
wait, I don't understand. So, you open the box, you pay the $1,000
Yeah.
or whatever.
I
it
think
was,
I paid.
and-
I paid at least $850 for this thing, and then I was like so excited. I put it in my car, and it was like a sound bar. It was a projector. It was like three things.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
it's the whole
oh,
kit
shit,
caboodle.
I was
You
like,
were
You're
laughing.
I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
once we get home, theater system.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
heavy. It was good
So
weight.
I
to
got
it,
home
too.
and I was like,
Yeah.
Ian, check this out. I bought all this, and then Ian is a pretty smart guy. He's like dissected the whole thing. He's like, so wait, you bought this off this guy, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I showed you the sticker. It says like $2,200
Yeah.
MSRP on this fucking
Yep.
projector. And then of course Ian's like, he Googled it right away. He's like, this is worth $150. I was like,
Yeah, the look on your face was so like
Man.
crestfallen. I was like being like knowing that you would just.
I still got it. It's in my closet.
And then I remember you plugged it in, hoping you're like, well, at least it's HD or 4K.
Yeah,
and then you
fucking
plugged it in, and it
sucks.
looked like shit.
Looks
Obviously,
like
it's $150.
I was with my friend, one of my good friends at the
Gary
time,
V.
Gary V, and he also bought the thing because we were together. We both ran to the bank like fucking idiots.
You pushed him.
Yeah. No, it's mine. I don't accept the fees. Both of them. Yeah, we both bought this system, and then he because I didn't want to have anything to do with it after, but he kept it forever because he's like, yeah, I actually like it. He had such a positive attitude
You
about it. He's
gotta
like, yeah, I
convince
got
yourself.
scammed, but I'm gonna use it, and he used it. I think he's using it to this day.
How quickly, he's listening to this podcast on it right now.
Perfect.
How quickly did you know the scam? Like similar to Darcy? When
I
you
got home immediately. I knew. I was just like,
You had
one
a
second,
feeling in
none
your
of
gut?
this feels right, and I instantly looked it up because I'm like the website because I did look it up on the website, but it was so brief, and the guy obviously created a sense of urgency. And so I looked it up, opened it up, and I'm like, oh, it seems real. Got my money out, paid him, and I got home, and I knew on the way home, I knew I was.
What was the setup? Because this guy got
Did
me.
you
I was
also hate your
scraping
boss?
windows. I was having
Yeah.
the shittiest day.
I was on King Street,
yeah.
and it was like King and it doesn't matter, King Street, and
King and what?
Yeah,
You said this was 15 years ago?
yeah, and he had his van. He's like, "Hey guys, hey, like, I'm so sorry, this is so weird, but my van, like, I've done all my pickups, and I've still got this extra stuff, and like, this is expensive stuff, and like, I don't know if you want it, blah blah blah."
That's
And,
it.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's a white van scam, and it was exactly it. It went around Toronto for a little while. This guy got away with it, and I think he took pictures so that if you ever run into these people again, he knows. Don't.
Don't, bro.
He's just got like so many Polaroids in his van.
Yeah.
You got
This
you on
guy's
the wall
gullible.
of
This
shame.
guy's gullible. This guy's gullible. So I'm not sure I quite understand the scam. So they just showed you the price that people are paying, like allegedly, and you're just like, I'll give
They
you
have
less
this.
than
They
that.
have
That's
this
it.
stuff in the.
But like they
back.
still give you the thing that you were paying for.
You just overpay
pay,
for it.
You just overpay.
And it's a fake thing.
Yeah.
It's not a real thing.
Oh, it's just like a knockoff title.
Yeah.
You're not getting like a 42-inch television.
No,
You're getting
no,
like
no.
a
An AliExpress television.
Yeah.
Like it's a company. It's
The
not somebody, it's-
lowest
Yeah.
level.
Right.
Something that you can plug in and a light will glow.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Drip Relax? Yeah, I know this brand.
Yeah.
I had a friend he got scammed doing something a little bit more nefarious. He had a friend who worked at Future Shop, where like a guy he knew who said he was going to be selling MacBooks.
R.I.P. Future Shop. Doesn't
R.I.P. Future Shop got bought by Best Buy.
God bless.
Know the future. Check.
But he essentially, the guy was like, "Hey, I hate my boss. I'm gonna steal all these MacBook Pros, and I'll sell them to you. You just have to come pick up. You gotta organize the truck and meet me at 6 a.m. We'll load the truck and we'll go." And my friend was like, "Yeah," and so he pulls up to the truck, and he said the guy was really intense. The guy was like, "Okay, go, 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 go." They load the truck with MacBook boxes, and he's go, 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 go. Like the camera's gonna be here. You got like 2 minutes. They spend like 3 minutes. My friend's heart's pumping. They slam the door. He drives off, and then as he's driving, he realized, I didn't check any of this, and he like gave the guy like a lot of money, whatever it was. Maybe the guy was selling like $200 a MacBook instead of 1,000. But like, this guy bought like maybe 10 or 20 of these.
Yeah.
Pulls over the truck, goes to the back, opens up the MacBook box, and it's a phone book in each box just for weight.
Amazing.
And so then he drives
For
back.
every single one of them.
Every single one of them. It was just MacBook boxes with phone books. Drives back to there. That guy didn't even work at Future Shop.
Oh, right.
That guy just drove to the back loading area, put a whole bunch of MacBook boxes, and pretended like he was like stealing. Like, my friend also was committing real theft.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, just never saw him again. Never heard of him. It was just a scam.
Amazing.
That's a good scam.
Good
That's a
one.
good
That's
scam.
a good
You guys- How do you get in contact with this Future Shop guy in the jet?
I don't know.
A lot of these con artists have like a code of like, if you're willing to do a bad thing, they don't have to feel guilty because you're already a bad
Right.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, would you feel bad if you scam somebody who's trying to steal?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
It's like Robin Hood, but also you're stealing from another poor person.
yeah. What? Who knows? Maybe that guy's quite well to do. Seems like he has a lot of phone books.
Yeah, he's quite well to do. He's risking it all.
Yeah. He was well to do in the 90s.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
Future
phone
Shop
books
was
and,
good.
phone
Right,
books
yeah, you
and
could do
Future
it now.
Shop existed. Yeah.
You'd have to fill it with old iPhones.
Yeah.
You ever run any scams, Yami? Or
Me myself, have I ran any scams?
as the rumor is, people around town call you Scott Scamamora.
Ooh, that's because I get scammed so frequently. I am easily
But you've
scammed.
never been scammed either, you don't think?
No, I've been
Besides the money
scammed. I told you
exchange?
about the money exchange. Have
But
I-
not on a bigger level where you're giving a few $100 like these guys.
No, not on a bigger level that I know of. I'm quite. I try and be as what's the word for it?
Skeptical. As
Skeptical as possible. Yeah, I trust no one, especially after that Bali incident. Anything that sounds too good to be true, I think is too good to be true. So, honestly, pretty good at not getting scammed. No big deal. Tell your friends.
When you're fixing a truck, does anyone ever try to like offer you less money?
Everyone try to offer you like a cool projector for $2,000
Yeah.
that you could get for $150.
On AliExpress.
Yeah.
I think I paid 1,000.
Yeah,
I
you
said
paid enough that it was
850,
like,
I think
Yeah, that number keeps going up.
I think I paid 1,000 for it.
Well, that's why I was
worth
curious when you were
100.
telling the story because I knew I'm like, is this guy gonna say you only pay $300 for this?
Nah, 1,000. I think.
The thing that I think about is when they said, "How much are you willing to pay?" Because most people probably say, "I don't know, $50." When you
I
said
should've said
that, when you
$50.
said $1,000, their hearts must have been like,
We got him, guys.
got one.
I made up my week.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
I made my week of scams."
We talked about Instagram impulse buys. I bought a Jazzerciser set,
The whole set.
the whole set.
But you've been using that for a while.
One for each
So you can do supersets?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's
Yeah, he's doing a drop set on his teeth.
Yeah,
He's doing
yeah.
drop set.
You guys laugh, but it's like a set of like 5 different colors, and they're all different strengths.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Because
How's
I
it-
chew through them like a dog.
I chewed through the last one. It's not even the first set I've bought.
Oh, you
I chewed through the last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like little.
Did they work?
You tell me.
I'm asking you. You know your own job
I
better
think-
than
I
anybody.
think,
you
yeah.
look good.
Well, yeah, you
Did they
live with
work?
him. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to know because he's always been a fit guy. So it's hard to know if he's just losing weight or if it's
Through his
working.
face?
So
Yeah.
tell me, do you think they work? You know your job better than
Are you able to crush walnuts with your teeth?
I think because I do it every time I drive. It sits on my dashboard.
Yeah.
And then I just
Like an old gumball.
So you
like
do
a
think
kid.
it's
you've seen
disgusting.
a noticeable
I'll just
difference?
pop-
Yeah, you know. How are
think
you
so.
cleaning
Yeah,
this thing?
I'm
That's the
not-
problem.
I'm
What's that
You're
doctor's
not.
name?
Don't worry about it.
Huberman.
Yep.
Is
that's
Dr.
it.
Huberman lying?
I believe it's Huberman. It's a
Huberman.
Sure.
You.
Howard Huberman.
Let's call out Dr. Huberman on the podcast. You fucking liar.
Whoa.
I'm looking. You fuck.
Andrew Huberman, if you're
Dr.
watching,
Huberman.
if you're listening,
Here it is.
Andrew Bichelle is calling you
Is
out.
this a scam or not? Because I'm not getting any straight answers from Darcy.
Yeah,
I
that's,
think I got scammed again, guys. No, I
that's-
think they work. I think
What is it?
Dr.
Huberman has a
Huberman's
cost.
shoveling these things outside of
like,
his
if
white
you're
van.
watching this podcast, you can see between the first podcast and this podcast if this man's face has changed at all.
That's true.
I
We'll
also
see over the
look
time.
very tired today.
Also,
Week to
what
week, they can track your jaw.
what is the goal here? Is to have the biggest face possible?
It's if you can crush bone beneath your.
Yeah, I like that you say like, can you
Between
crush
your teeth.
walnuts? Can you crush
Yeah.
bone? If they've got like a stool,
Yeah.
like there's the Bristol stool
It's
chart.
like a karate thing. If you
Yeah.
can crush a brick of cement.
You're a black belt.
yeah.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Aren't you worried? Like I'm worried that I would
I'm not
damage
worried.
my jaw trying
Don't
to
care.
over.
Nah, fuck it.
And then I'm like the rest of my life, it's like an unhinged jaw. You don't worried about that?
No, I don't think so.
Because don't you think if naturally we were supposed to develop these jaws?
I think the thing is we eat too much soft food these days. That's
Right.
the thing. It's like, so I think it's a good thing.
a lot of smoothies.
Lots of smoothies.
And
Say what you will about Neanderthals. Beautiful jawlines.
Big.
And chiseled.
Because you originally, when you bought them, you said your goal was to fit 2 dicks in your mouth.
Yeah.
Are you going
There we
for
go.
3?
Now we're guys talking about dicks.
Here we go.
I was so worried we would cross it over.
22 minutes in.
Yeah.
You're
No.
going for that clamp down on 3, though, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to like strengthen your whole because you're like in bags under your eyes too. It's like it's not
Heard about
a.
it for the bag.
It's a jaw thing. It's a face muscle thing. So it does all the.
Right.
So we'll see. I still look.
Well, I mean, if there's muscles in your body and you're working on your muscles.
If
that's
there's
real.
muscles in your body, allegedly.
Yeah, big conspiracy.
I've never opened up
They
a body,
say
so I don't
there's
really know.
muscles. Yeah. Dr. Huberman says there's muscles in your body, but can we trust him?
Yeah, it's really groundbreaking. Oh, that's the guy who says there's muscles in your
Yeah,
body?
yeah.
What a quack.
Yeah.
What about you? You ever bought anything a little crazy online? Like on an Instagram, you just, doing your business, whatever. Looking at bikini pics like everybody.
I bought a cold plunge, but it works and I like it.
You
Well,
bought-
it's
you bought a
basically a
cold
bath. It's like a small tub,
Like one of those
inflatable
plastic
tub.
ones.
Yeah, it was $200.
How does it
was
get
a great
cold?
purchase. Yeah, I put ice in it.
Do you
I
leave it
have
on
to
your
make-
box?
I have to make it
That's a
cold.
lot of ice.
Yeah,
Every day you got to go buy ice?
I have a deep freeze though. You put a bucket of water in,
yeah.
take it out the next day. It's a full thing of ice. and then
Genius.
you
Do you have a bathtub?
We should
though?
get a deep freeze.
No, that's the cold plunge.
I know. Did you have a bathtub before?
I did, but it's not the same.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Because the bathtub's full of candles and beautiful aromas.
No, it's like one you keep outside, one's inside.
So you leave this thing outside.
I leave it on my balcony.
Your girlfriend's okay with that?
She loves it.
She does it too.
She also likes a cold plunge.
What?
Yeah.
So you like that about Huberman?
Yeah. Dr. Huberman, my apologies.
The public apology.
How often are you doing that cold
I
plunge?
said
Are
a
you-
lot of shit. But I like a cold punch as much as any man or woman.
Would you ever jazzercise
Or
while getting a
non-binary.
cold plunge?
Pardon?
Would you ever jazzercise while getting a cold plunge?
Fucking never.
No.
No.
What are you doing? Are you doing 2 minutes? 2 minutes in?
I've done at home. I've done long.
2
like
hours.
10 minutes at like
You
a.
have?
a facility, the most I've done is at other ship. I've done like 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, you do
You
it?
have?
Yeah.
That's hard there.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they keep it 0 and they
Zero,
cycle.
yeah.
They cycle the
exactly.
water.
So it's really, really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you keep your water at any temperature?
Piss.
It's ice. When you have a big block of ice, it's just gonna melt. But the problem is in like a stationary cold plunge where you don't have water moving.
Right.
Is your body film has like a little bit of a layer of heat. So
Allegedly.
you have to keep moving to get the cold next to you. Whereas like if you're at a facility, they have it like constantly rotating.
And are you finding you have the benefits of the cold plunge?
100%.
Yeah.
Burning the
Because
fat.
especially not in the summer, it's too hard to do in the summer to keep warm. But in the winter,
Yeah.
easy to keep cold.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. You guys all do cold
you can
plunge?
follow
Yeah.
that.
What do you guys think about or
In the
do
wintertime, it's
when
very
you're,
easy
you're
to
in a
keep
cold
water cold. What do I do in the cold plunge?
Yeah, like how do you keep yourself like
Warm? In the cold?
or like mentally sound, I guess, to stay in the cold?
He
plunge?
jerks off.
In the cold
He
plunge?
defeats shrinkage.
That's the strange thing about the cold plunge. As soon as you hop out, that's where I feel all my blood goes immediately.
Really?
To your
Yeah.
winky.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't call it that, but yeah.
All right, whatever. Wink. Whatever you masculine.
You've
guys.
always actually called it a wink.
Yeah.
That's the craziest
Yeah,
thing.
check on my wink.
Today, me and Scott were doing a show, and a friend of ours, called it his new. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard that.
New.
That's not
Yeah.
cool. Wink.
No, no.
Wink
Very
is.
cool.
Wink
Why
is
do you call it a wink?
ridiculous.
Because it's funny.
But did somebody else
see
tell you
it?
that? It was
No, it's short for. I just made Winky shorter. Like, come on.
Winky?
Hey, let's
short for what? Wiener?
Winky? Have you ever heard Winky?
Short for Winkledoodle.
You guys have all heard Winky.
No.
You've never heard Winky?
No.
If I said I got my Winky stuck in the drawer, you would not understand.
Only
what I meant.
because of context.
I got my Winky stuck in a car door last night. Sorry, I'm late.
I'd be like, where did you find that on Amazon? Why? What's that on Instagram?
You know what a Winky is, Darce.
Only because I live with you.
You
though.
never. None of you have ever heard this.
Is it because it just has one opening? It's just like a one eye open and it opens and closes?
Ooh,
That-
maybe. You've never heard? Have you heard Dinky?
Dinky,
I've heard
very
Dinky.
popular.
My dad uses Dinky.
Dinks, very
Still?
popular.
Still, yeah.
He's like, Scott, let me measure your Dinky. You're 40 years old now.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do that
Dinky,
so
yeah.
much.
So Dinky, you guys have all heard of Dinky,
Yeah.
but no one had heard Winky.
Never in my life.
Why? But I said, all right, suck my dink. You'd understand what I meant.
But if you said "suck my wing,"
You would know.
that's a new Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Suck my wing.
In California. No, so no, I think you breathe, right? That's what you do when you're the cold plunge, like anybody, right?
Yeah, I don't think about anything for the first 15 seconds because
I love that we've all
I
done.
think
We're all
about-
hacks. We've
Can I
all
tell you?
done cold plunge. Yeah.
My hack
Yeah.
for cold.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine we were like, no, we're good. We've got our own hacks.
Yeah, you don't want to hear this. There's certain songs. A big one for me. White Stripes, Seven Nation Army.
You sing in your
Play
head?
that in my head. Oh yeah, I can stay in.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
gets you through it? You
Yeah,
know it
yeah.
that well?
There's enough.
For 10 minutes and then you put it on repeat in your brain?
Play some 50 Cent.
You might be like a
50
mercenary.
Cent in
man.
my head.
In your head?
Yeah, yeah,
You could
yeah.
just be like walking
Yeah.
down, like if you were in like Iraq or something, just in the head. I'm in the club, but like, I think that's a cool skill.
Yeah.
You're doing lyrics and melody and music in your head?
Is that weird?
The whole song.
I don't know. It's impressive.
Bit weird, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought everybody kind of had that, but
No, I
yeah,
think you might be racist.
Isn't the whole idea? Isn't the whole idea is that you become present and that you don't have any thoughts
You
going
don't
through
have
your
to-
head?
yeah.
No, but like when there's a super challenging thing,
Right.
is there not something that motivates you that like
No.
makes you
It's
just straight up
all disappointing.
motivation?
I'm like, no, it's not helping.
Yeah, well, I can clear my mind, but I feel like that helps.
You clear your mind. It's an empty room, and then you put on a record.
Well, okay. If you think about things like transcendental meditation, people have like a phrase that they say over and over. Or if you think about monks chanting
Sure.
to whatever, they have a chant that they do.
Winky.
Like there's certain things that will get your body into a certain, or your mind
And
into a certain.
Andrew's phrase.
Dun, 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 dun. Ian can't
Yeah.
jizz unless he thinks about Winky.
Look, the winky has nothing to do with jizz.
But you're there every week, though. You do a cold plunge every week.
Yes,
You're
sir.
doing how
I'm
often?
doing it tonight. I'm doing it after the show tonight.
when I'm when I'm doing it, I do it like every other day or something like that. Yeah.
Before-
it's hard in the summer. I haven't done it in the summer. But
Before the
'Cause it's hard to
plunges,
keep the water cold.
it's hard.
yeah. Before the plunges, you ever do the shower?
You're a bit of a Rain Man
Cold
yourself.
shower?
Cold shower.
Not
I
the
hate
same?
a cold shower.
Yeah.
I hate
I find
a
the cold shower is actually a little bit harder.
harder.
It's
It's harder.
It's less hard. Like it's definitely harder to stay in the ice bath because your bones hurt.
Yeah.
But like the idea of like when you're submerged like that, I don't know. Like I find mentally I can buy into the ice bath easier than the cold shower.
It's that, and also a shower. I think traditionally is. I want to be very traditional. with
a
this.
place to
It's a place where you masturbate. It's a place where you get clean and you're like starting your day and you want to be comfortable. So I think the idea of like doing the cold shower, I don't love it. I prefer to like be fully immersed. Yeah.
And you're doing it tonight. What kind of benefits are you hoping to see from it tonight?
Well, I used to do it Monday mornings at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I'd start my week. My thinking behind it was I'm going to start my week with this. But then by 3 p.m., I whatever it is, I'm so pooped from this. I feel like $1 million.
What do you mean you're so? What don't you understand? You're dropping your body to below temperature. Your body's trying to survive, and therefore it's exhausted by the end of the day because it's trying to. Because you end off on the cold as well. You said you gotta end off on the cold. You gotta end off on the cold.
That's a great impression of me.
Andrew Huberman says you have to do it, but then your whole body's trying to get to a regular temperature so that you can exist as a human being.
So you don't die.
So you don't die.
My favorite thing is we did it together, and then like 7 hours later, I just get a text that says, "I can't warm up."
I want to say something. You talked about starting off your day, and you brought up Dr. Huberman. There's one thing I want to.
I think you brought up.
There's one thing I want to. No, I want to talk to Dr. Huberman straight. I'm gonna look in the camera.
I'm not
again.
sure if you know what this show is.
Dr. Huberman says that first thing in the morning, you gotta have like whatever, several minutes of daylight. Fuck you, Dr. Huberman. You've never been to Canada.
There's no
You've
daylight.
never been to Canada in the winter. There's no daylight.
Also, I think he has
What
been to
kind of-
Canada.
what kind of-
but-
no, he's never been to Canada. This guy's so full of American privilege.
He's talking about 9 o'clock a.m.
I don't know what
Canada.
time zone this guy's in.
Yeah,
When the
I
sun
think
is-
San
Yeah.
Francisco.
There's no morning daylight in Canada. You out of your
not
mind.
You got
Yeah,
midday daylight.
Yeah.
You're up at noon. You can probably catch a little bit of that sun.
I love this Huberman beef that's happening.
Yeah.
I think Huberman's gonna come on the show. And we're gonna
Yeah.
work this out.
That coming.
He's gonna say
Coming up
He
the show.
didn't really
He'll be here.
pop up in the last couple of months of my life. Here.
He hasn't.
No, he has. He really
Oh,
has.
yeah,
Came
yeah.
on the scene, and all of a sudden, we're all talking about him. You're taking ice bath. You now own an ice bath, which is just a
You
kiddie
own a
pool
Jaws size
outside.
Yeah.
I like that other guy. I forget what his name
Peter
is.
Attia.
Peter Thiel? What?
Peter Attia.
No, that
Oh,
other
see,
guy.
let
He
him
wrote a
finish his-
book. He was always doing stuff. He
Wrote
was
a book.
He was really good.
Oh, the guy wrote a book.
No,
That
no.
was the guy who also knew if it was cold. Or
Gary
hot.
Brecker.
Ben something or B. It starts
Ben
with a B.
Shapiro. That's your guy.
Ben-
No. He was. This is another like Dr. Huberman type that I followed until he was like all lives matter, and I was like, ew. Yikes.
Jaws size.
Jaws, yeah. Cold
For the record,
plunge.
all lives do matter, but we know what we're talking about.
What are we talking about?
Not on this podcast.
Who was that said that?
Ben something. Ben something. I really liked him.
What's he look like?
I don't
Because
know.
all I do all day is watch
He
TikTok.
was a guy. He was all about like talking about like all the pills and diets and like DNA changing, the pea shot, all these things. He was like a Tim Ferriss type.
Good looking or not good looking?
He was fine.
It's so subjective.
Well, the new guy on the scene that on my TikTok is the Gary Brecker who helped fix Dana White in his.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know
right.
this. This is on my feed.
Old guy, right?
I don't know. Yeah, he's pretty old. I mean,
Oldish.
he looks about
10,
55.
10x health.
Good
guy.
looking?
Yeah, 10x health.
10
That's
10x
his-
health.
Yeah. We'd all have sex with him, obviously.
Eh.
Yeah.
Nah, he's smart though.
Smart.
Smart guy.
Big.
We don't. He's not a doctor. He's a. What did someone explain him as? Dana White explained it as a mortality expert.
Oh, I've heard about this guy recently.
Yeah. So he knows they do a bunch of tests on you, and they tell you because he worked in the insurance industry.
Yes.
That they can come up to when you might die to the month. So they gave Dana White 10.4 years.
That's all he gave Dana White?
Yeah.
It's
So
a
he's
big
like,
pharmaceutical thing, and it's like they have you on all these pills, but they shorten your life.
Right. So, anyways, Dana White went on his strict regime, which is, I guess, a keto diet plus a number of different things, plus a genetic test that costs $10,000. But he's a big proponent of like grounding, which I know you do. So he's like, in the morning, you got to get grounding, which is just touching bare grass or ground
do
for
that
10
every day?
minutes.
We got
I
it
bought
right there.
sheets that I plug into the wall. It sounds like a bit of a whack. Sound like a little tin hat here. I plug them in. I saw them on an Instagram ad.
There it is.
And I was like, lower inflammation. I won't buy this. But then I saw that ad a few more times that week, and you know what I'm talking about. Eventually, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
a guy that has too much money
So
and
when you
needs to
said
just.
you never got scammed,
look, I'm sleeping like a baby. Say what you will. My inflammation is, look at this. No inflammation.
yeah, you look like shit.
That's why he dressed in like a barbaric.
I'm just like a vampire.
So his thing is grounding in the morning, get that sunlight. So what was the other one? Breathing exercise.
Oh,
Doing-
I never breathe.
Yeah, but you're not breathing right. This guy, you gotta buy his breathing
His
situation.
course. His Darth Vader mask.
Yeah. So those are his 3 things. Anyways, Dana White is ripped now, apparently.
He is.
Oh yeah, he's got a
Get him in
6
the
pack.
He's
octagon.
always been pretty rich.
No.
Like
He's
big.
he's big, but like ape-like big, like strange,
Yes,
like,
yeah,
weird,
yeah.
weird looking, like a guy who's
Like
been
someone
on
who smokes
steroids.
a cigar.
Yeah.
Has a casino in the back room.
Well, he's
Right,
very
right.
rich.
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, apparently he was going to die in 10.4 years, and he's turned his life around. Now he's got a 6-pack, and but I think some of the things that he was doing was like eating keto for one, like no low carbohydrates, and then grounding obviously, and then a
So
bunch
Dana
of-
White.
and then they mentioned TRT, so just hormone replacement. They gave him steroids, and guess what? He got ripped.
Lead with that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, he saw sunlight for 10 minutes in the morning.
gratitude
He did a
journaling.
gratitude. Also, he's on steroids.
Yeah.
So,
And they've increased his lifespan to 10.5 years.
One extra month, but it's gonna happen.
But he's gonna have. a
but
great life.
it is interesting because they do this. Well, not interesting, but they do this genetic test and they tell you like what you are deficient in, like what your genetic makeup is allows you to
Motivation.
allows you to be able to digest, and because some people are shy in something, some people don't do whatever. So apparently 40% of the population can't dissolve like B12 or whatever it is, or is like shy of something. So it has everybody doing methylfolate. So anyways, that's the new hot. That's
Are you
the
gonna
new-
do it? Are you gonna buy in? Like
Oh,
he bought
yeah.
into the Jazzerciser. This guy's buying the ice bath. I'm doing the grounding cheats. Are you in on this guy?
I bought a timer.
This is ridiculous.
All guys are very normal.
Yeah, don't try to lump these into one thing. You're grounding.
Wait, I thought we were making fun of him. I'm
Fuck.
the ridiculous one.
Yours is insane.
I'll tell you what, Andrew.
You have a wire that goes from your bed into an electrical
Into the
plug.
wall.
Into
And
the
Does
also, don't
nothing.
forget
It
to tell-
just plugs into a wall.
Also,
does
what aren't
nothing.
you
I'm
allowed to
sleeping
do?
like a baby.
What aren't you allowed to do when you're in these sheets?
Oh, you can't fuck on these sheets.
Because you'll get
The
electrocuted.
friction.
Yeah.
You said you can't use your phone
You can't use your phone plugged into the wall.
plugged into the wall. That defeats the whole purpose. So, anyways, you can't use your phone between whenever you get
That's
into
good
bed.
for you. Your
Regardless.
argument is that you should be using your phone more in your bed.
Well, obviously, but
Yeah.
don't you think that's maybe the thing that's making you sleep more than just the sheets?
Oh, that maybe that, yeah.
Than in the wire that's
Yes.
plugged into nothing?
That's exactly probably what it is.
Yeah.
Is you're not using your phone in your bed, scrolling, watching TV, and flipping through social media.
But the consequences of if you do, you'll get electrocuted to death are a lot better than just like I should be doing this.
You know what? That's
Sure.
not bad. You got the fear in your mind.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that fear. Mm-hmm. You know what? I believe in these sheets so much. You give me your address. You give me your address after the show.
They're on
I
the
send
way.
You...
for 50% off.
and so are our listeners using promo code.
Because they're originally $2,000. And
Yeah,
if you
they're
get them
a
in this
lot.
box, how much
If
would
you
pay
look
for
at
these
the
grounding
sticker,
sheets?
the MRSP is whatever I wrote.
What would you pay for these?
Yeah, you yourself.
Because I hate my boss.
Yeah, my boss, very inflamed.
The one thing I did buy off Instagram the other day was a timer. The like you said,
A doom clock.
yeah, sort of.
Till the
It's
world's
like you
gonna
put it
die.
on, you put it on whatever. You just switch it to. Is like you have one on your phone, sure, but it's just a timer that allows you to be able to do anything. I thought it was fun.
Oh, just like a normal stopwatch?
Ish, yeah, but
That's what you're excited about?
it's sleek. You know, you turn it and then it just goes up in the numbers, and you just press start.
People
And-
are getting rich off everything. You're pitching me on a clock right now?
Yeah, well, you don't have a watch for one, so like that's one way of figuring out things.
I have one of those on my phone.
Yeah, so do I. But you know what? I like having it in front of
But
me.
is it like an alarm clock too?
Yeah, well, it dings
So that you
after
don't
it's
need
done.
the phone, because I would love to sleep with not my phone in my room and get an old school alarm clock that just wakes up, so I'm not immediately checking.
Yeah, well, I have that as well. Yeah, because I need my alarm clock across the room because if
gotta
I have
get
a
it.
phone beside me, that's not waking me up. I need the alarm clock like in the other room and so loud that I need to get up and turn that off before I kill someone.
Yeah. Yep.
Question for you. We're talking about Instagram. What does your Instagram ads say about you? Because my Instagram, which I'm happy with, thinks I'm going to be very, very rich. Because the ads I get are all like super rich person.
Are you sick of a Tesla that's too small?
Yeah. Also, it's all
You know why? Because this
Gucci. It's like expensive. Like I had trips to space being advertised.
I got news for you. This podcast started with I was in Brazil, Paris, Miami.
This is why. This is why my
is why.
phone hears this and they think I'm doing more
Also,
than
that he
I
went
am.
to bankrupt in Edmonton. So
Hear that, phone?
Burlap sacks.
That's cool. I wish that mine's the opposite. It's just like you're gonna be. Mine's just canned soup.
Is it? What is your?
Thinks I'm gonna be poor. What? It's You know what is a weird thing? I get frustrated at when I've already bought the product, getting that ad again. I'm like, yeah.
you already got me. You
nothing
figured me
wrong
out.
with that, nothing wrong
Should
with
hire a
You
better
scammed me
marketing
once.
company. I already fell for it.
Well,
No, for serious. What is it?
It's like, grounded cheese. Oh, I also get like so many like marketing, like people being like, "Are you trying to market things?" Like, I got one the other day. It was like, "Have you ever thought about starting a YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Who has not at least thought about it?" Like, I'm like, this is.
But you really thought about it.
Yeah, you're on the right now. You're on the show.
Do you have an email? You could do it.
I have an email.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yams.
Mine is mostly ping pong shows in Thailand.
That's our show. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Gave you all the love in my heart, but you say my love ain't worth a dime.
This has been a Pagliacci podcast.